As these international efforts get underway to restart peace talks between the US and Russia and to get Bashar al-Assad on board, a major component of this will be how the opposition, the Syrian opposition living outside the country, reacts. And to get an idea of that, we're joined by Mazeen Ghareeba, who is part of the Syrian opposition living here in Turkey. Mazeen, are you optimistic?
Frankly, no, I'm not optimistic at all. And to be honest, I'm not even looking forward to see the outcome of these meetings, because I don't believe there will be any tangible results from these meetings. I mean, given the two parties, the Russians, they have been systematically targeting hospitals and schools inside of Syria, and the Americans, that we've been repeatedly disillusioned by the mismatch between their tough rhetoric messages and their really modest efforts in doing anything to support the opposition on the ground. They're saying, well, you know what, we don't have a clear strategy to solve the problem in Syria, so just take it, and now it's your turn to do whatever you want to do with this file. Till now, the Syrian opposition, we don't know the basis that what are we really negotiating, because each time we say, well, we want to negotiate a transitional period, we want to negotiate a political transitional period, but the Syrian regime say, well, not. We want to discuss how to get rid of ISIS, we want to discuss how to fight terrorism inside of Syria, and so we're not clear about what we're negotiating still. So I don't think anything gonna change anytime soon. And now they're talking about sharing the power with the regime instead of toppling or changing the regime, which is really catastrophic, and it's not a solution for anything. It's a recipe for disaster in Syria.
Well, there you have it. Not a solution, a recipe for disaster is what the Syrian opposition living outside the country is calling it, and they say they're not hopeful about restarting these talks on terms which they say are being determined by the Russians.